times. What's your take on Teccy not coming back to VRchat? Whatever. I kind of thought he was here to stay for a while, and then he just kind of dipped, so... I mean, me and Tech were becoming pretty good friends, but then the whole Smite tourney thing happened, and then I was kind of, like, shattered, so... Kind of like... I don't know. Yeah. Before that, the trip news. The trip was good. It was a good trip. I mean, I went to Tahoe and we went in the snow and we saw a bunch of things. We went to a bunch of shops, you know. That was nice. He said it'd take a special person to bring him back. Yeah, I mean, it's not really like... I mean, the VRchat community is riddled with problem people, unfortunately. And it's kind of like hard to not go insane around a lot of people in this community, so that doesn't surprise me. I didn't really see, like, I don't know. Like, I saw his intentions to, like, try and, like, stick around and make it work, but at the same time, like, I was like, there's no way he's gonna be able to hold up the way he is. Like, Tectone was being way too nice to everyone, and that's kind of the problem with VRchat, is there's way too many people that will try and take advantage of you and manipulate you, especially if you're a bigger creator. So there was absolutely zero chance Tectone was not gonna, like, experience that firsthand, and I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure he had a fair share of people try and manipulate and stuff, and I mean, culturally speaking, a lot of VRchat is honestly just kind of, like, nasty. And that's coming from the person who is, like, almost 19,000 hours. I have seen a lot in this game, and I mean, it's just not... I don't know, like, if I'm to share any wisdom on, like, this game, I guess, there's a lot of broken people in it, and a lot of people that don't understand, like, I guess, I don't know, they're just not real. I think they're disillusioned. A lot of people come to VRchat running from something, right? Because it's like a form of escape, you know? So people come running here, and then they make it their home, and they become too comfortable. And so once they're, like, comfortable, they start to try and, like, become sociable in whatever ways they know. And for a lot of, like, VRchat, like, people, I mean, I don't think anything is, like, safe from, like... how do I explain this? The kind of influence, like, Twitch streaming and, like, especially the way VRchat Twitch streaming is, where, like, you're often, like, working with a lot of other people. No one is spared from, like, not only, like, manipulative tendencies, but also, like, being utilized, being used, being just kind of, like, chalked up to, like, what you're worth and not who you really are. That's honestly what my and Tectone's relationship was for, like, the early onset periods we were hanging out. Like, I mean, our first conversation me and Tectone had, we honestly both treated it like neither of us were streaming, and we just talked for, like, 5 hours or something. And, like, yeah, we just talked, you know? And, like, I actually had a lot of respect for Tectone when we, like, had that talk, because not only was he, like, really willing to just go, like, human to human with me and just talk and, like, get away from, like, this streaming kind of vibe. Even though, I mean, I think both of us were streaming, or maybe just him, but, you two seemed really genuine. I mean, I wouldn't take that away for you know, any matter, rhyme, or reason. Unfortunately, we kind of went our separate ways because of the Smite thing. But I mean, I always hope he still finds like success and happiness. I think he's a good person. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't think anyone is spared from the influence of manipulative tendencies, and like, unfortunately, for mostly worse, kind of like the influence on those decisions can often be a little bit shallow. I mean, like, yeah, I've explained this Smite Tourney thing before, but for anyone who doesn't know, basically, I was invited by Tech to like play in this like, what was it, like $100,000 prize pool Smite tournament, and like I like practiced a bunch. I didn't practice a lot. In fact, I was pretty much like tied for playing like the least, and also my sleep schedule was backwards. So whenever I played, they were sleeping. When they played, I was sleeping. And then the problem I had though was that 3 days before the tournament, and like I had spent a bunch of money on the game too, and like, I mean, I was just like playing the hell out of it, trying to like really get good. I put at least like 20 hours in that game, and I was sad. And I watched a lot of videos too. I was trying to learn like the fundamental like competitiveness of the game, because the thing about the tourney was it was all players who had never played Smite before. That was the gimmick, was like it's all people who've never played Smite. And so I was like, wow, you know, this seems like we have a fair shot, and like would really like benefit from this money. Like, I'm not like a millionaire streamer or whatever, you know? So I was like, fuck, I'll try, you know? Yeah, I was getting good. I had like a 40 kill game or something at one point. I was like starting to get pretty good at ADC. And then 3 days before the tournament, like 2 or 3 days before the tournament, he messaged me and said like, yeah, we just, you know, you haven't really been playing with us, and unfortunately we're gonna be removing you from the team because Sakine has been playing with us more. And I mean, I was kind of hurt by that because I was playing a bunch. The difference was I guess they were playing with Sakine, and Sakine was like his mute or whatever, and he wanted Sakine to be able to like afford a new 2D model or something. So they he kicked me from the team without warning, and then they won 2 days later. So I missed out, and that was like one of the most hurtful things. Was like, I just kind of felt like I was like obviously if there was like a warning or like any communication there on that, like I thought that we were good, and I thought that our support player was not playing. I thought our support player was playing less than me, but apparently they were playing about just as much, if not a little more. You don't know if they're a thing anymore. Nah. Yeah, I mean, that's just how it is, right? They snaked you like that. I mean, I don't want to like mean no disrespect towards Tectone. Like, I'm very happy they won still, but I was pretty hurt by that, to be honest, because like, I don't know, dude. Like, I thought we were starting to like kind of connect, but I don't know. I guess his own personal stuff like kind of like got in the way or something. Like, he said he was gonna come to LA and take me on a date. Like, I thought we were like kind of connecting in that way, you know, and then I was like, oh, well, all that kind of just blew up. So rip. Oh well, life. Pretty desensitized to these kinds of things now. I just like date. Yeah, he said he was gonna take me to Olive Garden. I mean, I don't know. We were like pretty jokingly flirtatious for a while because like him and his wife Freem are like polyamorous or like open relationships. So, and I mean, I'm always like, that's like kind of how I work too, is I'm like, I'm totally cool with all that. And personally, I would like to be in an open relationship at some point. But yeah, that was like, yeah, I kind of was like, you thought it was all platonic? Nah. I mean, well, I guess, but like, it was lighthearted, but I mean, he was like, he sounded pretty serious when, you know, we were talking about it. So it was like, yeah, I mean, I'm down. Yeah, so I just feel like I got dropped. And I mean, maybe that's partially my fault for being a depressed junkie, but I don't know. It just kind of hurt. Oh well. Like I said, I still wish the best for him. I'm just, yeah, I mean, I was kind of crushed by that. We're on cool terms now. I think it's fine. I'm mostly over the whole Smite thing, but